Why did I buy Sandbox utility token called SAND? In today's video, I'm going to be explaining the reasons why. First of all, I believe that Sandbox is one of the best metaverses out there. Sandbox is fun, it's intuitive, and it is very enticing to play. And that right there, it can't be said about the majority of other metaverses that exist out there right now. When we take a look at it, right, most metaverses out there, they completely suck. Let's face it, they're not fun to play. It's very tacky, and just overall, it's not very enticing whatsoever. However, again, right, that is not the case when it comes to Sandbox. It is so spectacular, and I think that Sandbox as a metaverse stands on a league of its own. I think it's one of the best, and in my opinion, I think that Sandbox is focused on the right industry because I think that the Metaverse industry has a lot of potential. As a matter of fact, according to McKinsey, they predict that by 2030, the metaverse may create up to $5 trillion in value, which I think is insane. And I think that, if anything, truly visualizes just how massive the metaverse industry could potentially be in the very near future. And I think that moving forward, as the metaverse industry continues to grow, I think so will fundamentally amazing metaverses, much like Sandbox. However, it doesn't end there because as of right now, there is already over 200 brands involved with Sandbox. And I think that it should be noted that Sandbox already has partnerships with the likes of Gucci, Snoop Dogg, Ubisoft, Tony Hawk, Adidas, and much more, which I think is very impressive. Furthermore, there's already over 2.5 million wallets registered on Sandbox so far. And something that actually gets me very excited for the future of Sandbox is the fact that Sandbox is a subsidiary of Animoca Brands. And now when I say that, some people may think, who cares about Animoca? But in reality, Animoca Brands, in my opinion, is the real deal. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Animoca Brands is a Hong Kong-based software game development / venture capital company that as of last year was valued at approximately $5 billion. Animoca is a highly reputable and massive company. And I think this right here is very amazing news for Sandbox because I think when you have a company this fantastic and this amazing leading Sandbox, I truly do think that the future of Sandbox could look so bright. I believe that they are going to be heading Sandbox in the right direction. And here's the thing, the way I view it is that Sandbox's utility token called SAND is providing me with such a fantastic risk to reward ratio. And of course, that's not financial advice, but the way I take a look at it is that I am not risking to lose that much in order to potentially gain a lot in the future when it comes to SAND. And here's my rationale. As of right now, SAND is down over 90% from its all-time high price. However, on the contrary, do I think that SAND can go down over 90% in price from where it is right here, right now? I just don't think it's even a possibility. Yeah, sure, if I buy SAND right now, the price could go down. You just never know. However, do I think that it can go down over 90% from right now? I just don't even think that's remotely even a possibility. I think that if anything, SAND is much closer to a bottom than it is a top. I think that the ceiling is very far, but the floor is very close. So when I see something this amazing, yet this low in price, how can I not keep buying it? As a matter of fact, I am constantly and consistently dollar cost averaging into SAND. I'm not leverage trading, I'm not swing trading, I'm not day trading, I'm not doing any of that type of nonsense. All I'm doing is focused on slowly but surely accumulating more and more SAND. And by doing so, I believe that I'm preparing myself for the next bull run. And now when I say that, some people, they may think, why are you bullish on Sandbox and why do you keep buying SAND despite the SEC not too long ago labeling SAND as a security? And my response to the people who say that is this. First of all, I don't think it's a big deal because, for example, when the SEC labels something like SAND as a security, it doesn't automatically mean that it is a security. It actually has to be proven first. The SEC is just alleging at this point. And second of all, if the SEC does try to fully pursue Sandbox, that whole process, all the legal proceedings, etc., all of that is going to take a very long time. It's going to take multiple years. And I think that, again, right, if the SEC does try to fully pursue Sandbox, I think before that whole process can even end, I think the next bull run would have already happened anyways. And third of all, not too long ago, Judge Annalisa Torres on July 13th did state how Ripple Labs did not violate federal security laws by selling its XRP token on public exchanges. So again, right, when the SEC says something is a security, it doesn't mean that it automatically is. it actually has to be proven first. I think that this whole debacle or issue, so to speak, of the SEC labeling SAND as a security is largely overblown. I don't think it's a big deal at all, to be honest. I think that SAND during the next bull run could really surprise a lot of people. And if you want to know my price prediction for SAND during the next bull run, make sure to go ahead and click on this thumbnail right here. It's a very fantastic video, and I think you all would really love it.